live, right?
Why is that thing?
I don't know. That's live. Hey, Instagram.
Party people, what's going on?
This ain't. I don't know what this is doing. If I do that.
Give us 1 second.
What's this gonna do?
Okay. Somebody.
Hey, y'all. Somebody's tuning in, but I don't know. Yours is like that on Instagram, too. Party people. Hello, hello, everyone's. Welcome, welcome, welcome. What you doing?
I was trying to go. It wasn't showing the live on here. What's up, y'all? We getting jumping. Fab Wives, what's good? Huh?
Maybe you was signed. Never mind, I got it. Go ahead.
I don't like the way this is moving on here.
Yeah, you say this every time. They move like this every time.
I don't know why though.
How's everybody doing? Long time. It's hot.
Okay, there we go.
We got the lights. Trying to make sure we give y'all efficient and sufficient lighting. And I'm about to burn up.
So, how's everybody doing? How's everybody surviving in quarantine? What's going on? Milani 702, Miss Michelle 585. We welcome you guys to Marriage is Real. We just waiting a couple minutes to see if a few more people jump in with us. How's everybody doing in quarantine right now? Y'all not going crazy? I hope everybody's...
I'm going a little crazy. I want to go somewhere.
You been going places?
Nah, I want to go somewhere and
like go hang
fraternize and mingle and mix and hug people and touch people. You know what I'm talking about? Like,
you can hug me.
You hear all the time. It's not the same. All the time.
So, we'll just wait maybe another minute or so, but just want to see if everybody's good. Hey, Marissa, what's going on from Tennessee?
So, as we're waiting on people to come in, we will introduce ourselves. I am Jamie. This is...
Oh, I was reading. My bad, I'm Damien. Hey, Candy.
And we are Marriage is Real. So thank you to everyone who is tuning in again. Welcome back.
Made for Marriage, thank you for joining.
The people who are joining for the first time, welcome. Please continue to tune in, share the content, like.
Yes.
Marriage is Real on all social media platforms. Thank you.
So, just for people who don't know who we are Marriage is Real again. We've been married 20 plus years, and we have a passion for helping married couples through the ups, downs, goods, and bads. We call it Marriage is Real because marriage is real. It's not a cakewalk. It's not
TV. It's not fantasy land.
It's everything that you thought it was and then some. So yeah, that's what we do.
That you thought it was. I don't think they thought it was.
Well, you know,
it's everything y'all probably didn't think it was.
Well, I'm saying the stuff that you thought it was is in there, but there's other stuff in there that you ain't thought about.
Shoot, why you playing? Marriage is real. Do you hear me?
Yeah.
Especially in the quarantine.
Yeah.
When you can't get away.
A lot of marriages are being tested right now through isolation, and you're not getting the spacing that you normally would get in your relationship. So you on top of each other, literally and figuratively, 24/7. If you're still social distancing.
It's this guy in our neighborhood. When I go walk around, he parks his car back there in the little in the parking lot back there. He just every day just park there for about an hour.
You know what it is?
Yeah, and I guess that's maybe just his lunch break. He's just like, I'm gonna just go park and get out this house. But yeah, he do it every day.
Wow.
I'm like, I understand, sir. I feel you. Shoot.
All right, so I think we've done enough. It's almost been 5 minutes, so let's just kind of start chopping it up. So if you are anywhere in America, really and probably in the world, you've heard about the situation with Will and Jada Pinkett. And over the years, you've heard speculations about how their marriage is and what they do and how they roll. And so we wanted to kind of just chime in and just kind of give our take Anybody that's a regular with us knows that we're kind of against the grain on a lot of situations and how we think about things and how we kind of approach situations. So
we're usually of the unpopular opinion.
Yeah, she cut right to it. Yeah,
the unpopular opinion.
Yeah.
And let me just preface this by saying our opinion don't matter.
What's up, King Ace?
Don't nobody out here opinion matter about Will and Jada except for Will and Jada. This is just a candid conversation. Just because they have been under so much attack and scrutiny, and marriage itself and the institution of marriage itself is under attack and scrutiny, especially in the Black community. So this is another reason why, we felt kind of compelled to speak on this issue. But ain't no judgment here. Because marriage is real.
Yeah.
Real.
You're not going to get no judgment
all the way
out
real.
of us. So do you want to start? Ladies first?
No, go ahead.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I'm just saying, because you wanted to do this. I'm letting you go ahead and say what you feel compelled to say.
Okay, so I have a written prepared statement.
Oh my God. I just say this is a candid conversation.
Well, I still want to be prepared.
Got a written statement.
Yeah.
You are not under oath.
How you know?
Oh, by whom?
The powers that be.
Oh, Lord.
Hey, Alicia from Facebook. Where you tuning in from, Alicia? Okay, so check this out, right?
This ain't distracting, but I'm hot.
You always do that, so
I know, but I just don't want it to be distracting.
It ain't bothered you before.
Yeah, I'm saying them.
So anyway,
see, quarantine.
So what we think of? From Georgia. Oh yeah, Alicia, I remember you.
Hey girl. Yeah, I remember she used to
in.
be on Marriage is Real on Facebook.
Yeah.
On Facebook.
So check this out, right? One of the things that we think about this whole situation is it takes a lot of strength and wherewithal for you to come out and give a statement about something that happened 4 years ago that you may have been healing from, you may have been thinking you had moved on from, and then one of the parties that were included in the situation kind of opens up an old wound, something that you might have had stitched up or something like that. But one thing I can say, and what I salute them for, is that they understand what it takes to be married. When you sign on a dotted line, when you decide that you're going to be with somebody, one of the vows is that it's going to be in sickness and in health, good, bad, up, down, left, right. It's going to be, that's what it's going to be. And so I think it takes a level of candor and strength for you to be bold enough to come out and say, we've had what it was, the indiscretions and everything that happened, and just to be real with it.
And some people will say, well, she only came out and they only came out talking about it because,
what's up, Andre?
Because she got caught, or because, August came out and said what he said. But even in that, they still don't owe us an explanation. Mm-hmm. They don't owe anybody an explanation. I think, Jada having a red table talk, and it supposed to be about authenticity and truth and honesty. She just felt, compelled to share her truth as well, since she brings everybody else's stuff to the table. She had to bring hers to the table, but again, that it wasn't like she didn't have to do that. They didn't have to do that. You know what I'm saying? So even if it's like, well, they only did that because they got caught. They still didn't owe anybody an explanation. They could have pleaded the fifth and been like, you know what? That was a long time ago. We're gonna let that baby heal. You know what I'm saying? So
one of the biggest things that we thought about in this situation, what's up, C-Ray? Is that it takes real emotional maturity to come out and have that conversation. It's not for the faint of heart, and it's not easy. And sometimes it takes a good length of time, a large portion of your relationship, because a lot of times people don't know that they're emotionally immature. A lot of people, we're talking about grown people that have no idea that one of the biggest issues that they're having in their relationship is emotional immaturity.
Amen.
That has nothing to do with how good of a mother you are, how good of a father you are. You could be the CEO of your company. You could be the number one man on Wall Street. but that has nothing to do with your emotional maturity. We say all the time, love and logic don't mix. So where you may be on point and know what you're doing in your corporate life and how you handle things from a logical standpoint, sometimes you could be a baby emotionally. So it takes a lot of emotional maturity to be able to come out and say the things that they said.
Absolutely. And the one thing that I don't like, and somebody said something about they didn't like the joke at the end, and I'll speak to that, but the biggest thing that I don't like about this whole situation is that people are trying to make Jada out of a predator. All this predatory talk, and he was a victim, and it's pedophilia and all that. Pump the brakes on all that.
Right.
Just press the gas, kill that noise. I mean, that's right. Press the brake, pump the brakes. Just kill that noise, because this boy was 23 years old.
Grown man. And
I'm going to tell you, I can't speak for men, but if I'm a man and I'm 23, I'm offended that everybody talking about I'm a kid and she came for me and I was vulnerable. And I'm like, when I was 23, I had a baby. We was buying a condo. I had credit cards. I was real grown. Because if 18 is the standard of adulthood, you've been 5 years grown.
And that
by 23.
And that doesn't have anything to do with how you were brought up. Sometimes the stuff that you've dealt with in your life will make you even more mature just because of the life that you've had to live. You had to grow up fast.
Yes, absolutely. And so all this, he was a baby and she took advantage of his vulnerability. Granted, they say he was sick. Nobody ever said what type of sick. We know it's been said he has an autoimmune disease. It could have been that. It could have been, one of the seasons where his autoimmune deficiency or whatever was, what's the word I'm looking for? Was in play at the time. But we don't know if it was drugs, if it was alcohol. There's a plethora of, things that you can say what sick was, but that still doesn't mean that you're emotionally unaware of what's going on with you when you are dealing with something, physically in your body. And I'm not saying that he wasn't vulnerable or whatever, but everybody is making Jada out to be the victim when she was vulnerable too. Because if you ever been in a relationship with somebody for an extended period of time and y'all are having issues, that affects you deeply to your core. And women, first and foremost, we're emotion first. Even though we don't always like it, we don't always like to admit it, but we're emotion first. So he was still a man. How we know it wasn't the other way around? And he started telling her some things she needed to hear in that moment. We don't know, but everybody wants to vilify the woman. Even when there's people have relationships and somebody cheats and everybody talk about the chick is a side chick and she a home worker and she is this. But what he do? What is he? He the one that stepped on his marriage. It's always about how the woman is such the whore. And you could tell even in her interview she was embarrassed, because that's embarrassing for a woman. Men see he could come out and be bold about the fact, I was in love with Jada, we had a little affair, because it's going to make him look good. But that's going to make Jada look real bad. And I personally just feel like that was some broad type stuff. I don't think that was cool for him to come out and say all he said. And I understand he said something about, I had to do this to heal, and it was starting to affect my money, and it was people that I love are starting to, question me. Something he said that I just it just don't even make sense to me. Because if you claim you love this woman like you say you love her, you in Hollywood. You know what this is about to do to her. You know what this is about to do to her and her entire family for you to love them so much. So
And so also it takes a lot of people don't understand their commitment because they haven't grown up, haven't been married long enough, or realize their I can't read my handwriting. To realize they put their desires or wants above the relationship. So you might be with somebody, but you're not understanding the level of commitment that it takes for you to be with somebody throughout everything. So sometimes what happens is people put their desires and their feelings above the relationship.
But what are you talking about in regard to Jada and August? How does that relate to this?
I'm just adding that. I'm not saying that I'm speaking to that point. I'm just adding that sometimes people put what they want over what they want.
Absolutely.
In the relationship. That's
because we are flesh and it's a selfish nature. Selfish, sinful nature. That's what flesh is. So that's just how that goes.
And I think another thing we got to keep in context is everybody has their right to their opinion, but we need to not be so judgmental.
And
because everybody is human. Everybody makes mistakes, and it's just a part of life. We've got to remember for the people that that believe in God that are on here. We can't forget the empathy piece. Right. We can't forget to give people grace in where they're making mistakes or where they have shortcomings and stuff. We can't forget that part, because the difference between them is they've been bold enough to come out and say it. And some people that may hear this later, they doing the same thing. They just ain't got caught.
Yeah, and we'll be the first one to say, "Ooh, I can't believe she." You did the same thing. Your stuff just behind the veil.
Yeah.
You just behind the mask with yours. Because even when this all happened, I saw people on Facebook
that we know
personally who have done some things personally. And you want to speak about cheating in marriage and being with a married person, and you was married, you knew not to step out and whoop. And I'm like, you? But you know what I'm saying? If we all had to wear our indiscretions on our chest, we'll be quiet and spread that song. You hear me? Starter jackets.
You can hear a pin drop.
Ain't nobody saying nothing. But the part for me, like you said, it was the judgment of how people are coming against Will, and even Jada, but even Will. Will didn't do nothing but stand with his wife, just like a real man does. If we've decided we're going to be together, well. And to me, that was so admirable for him to do that, because he knew how hard that is and how hard that was going to be for her as a woman to take all that. That's a lot. And they still going and they making memes, and now he done made a song, and he's just petty. I just feel like he is petty.
I don't know if y'all heard the song or seen the song, but we actually read the lyrics to the song.
I don't feel sorry.
It's pretty strong. And the thing about it is, and this is what I was telling her from a male perspective, is that by nature men are predators. Right. And the thing is, sometimes we're not even considering ourselves predators. It's just who we are.
It's instinctual.
Like a lion doesn't say, "I'm a predator." A lion is just a lion. You see what I'm saying? A lion is just a lion. He's not like, "Oh, I'm a predator." He just is a predator by nature. So you
Scarlet Letter. You right, Candy. That's exactly what I always think about.
Yeah, so he's just doing what he does, and the thing about it is, most men can sense vulnerability in a woman.
Man, a mile away.
You can smell. I've been married over 20 years, and when I engage and talk with women, even married women, single women, I can still hear vulnerability.
You can hear hurt.
Sense it. I can see it.
And as a woman, I can too. So in my mind, I'm like, ooh, she in a dangerous place. She's in a precarious situation, because somebody could come along and just say the right thing, stroke the right stroke. And I don't mean sexually, but in an area where you're being challenged or you're insecure. And because they even said, like Jada, he was like, I was done with your ass, and we wasn't talking no more, and it was over. We had come to an agreement that we was done. So, with that being said, do you know how you feel as a woman when you know that this dude don't want you no more? You know what I'm saying? And it wasn't like, to me, it didn't sound like it was something where she was like, it was mutual. It almost seemed like it was something where he just made the decision that she did something, and that was just the last straw for me. I'm done. So in that situation, what if you with your husband, he tell you we done, and you like, well, I know he's saying he done, but you always know what to say, what to do, how to act to get a rise out of him, or to get a reaction, and that ain't working no more. As women, I stand out here by myself. That does something to your ego. Woman ego. It does something to you as a woman if your feminine wiles no longer work. So we don't know what she was dealing with. We don't know how she was feeling. You don't know if August was whispering some things in her ear, because if you was in my house and you was with me all the time, my kids, my mama, you know everything about me. You see me at my lowest points probably. You know that we going through what we going through. And I can just come in there and say, man, you don't deserve that, or, whatever it is that you need to hear in that moment. As a vulnerable women, sometimes we do some stuff and we succumb to some things, and you be like, tomorrow, dang, I shouldn't have did that. I just got caught up in my emotion. And I'm speaking for me. Maybe other people don't do that, but just being honest with yourself. And do you have that? Have you done that before? You in a bad situation, in a bad mood.
Oh yeah.
You feeling some type of way.
Yeah.
So you would do something in that moment that you wouldn't ordinarily do, but because
and try to justify by what's going on within your own relationship.
And that's what I'm saying. Right. So everything that we're saying and everything that everybody else is saying is all speculation, besides the fact that we know that it was some entanglement. And even in the word entanglement, why did people come for her like that? If you look it up in the Webster's Dictionary, an entanglement is a complicated relationship. To me, Jada wasn't like, we finna be together, we in love, and I want to be with you. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying?
And Candy, he wrote a song called Entanglement. August Alsina and Rick Ross. And
he talks about how he made her feel good in that song. And if you going through something and you and your man done separated, well, I'm free to do me and you free to do you. Okay, well,
that's how the world look at it.
Exactly. From a world's perspective.
From a world perspective.
Because they said they weren't going to get divorced. We just not going to be together.
Just ain't going to be
You
together.
see what I'm saying?
And so today I went and I listened to the entire interview that he did where he brought this information out to the public.
I didn't want to hear no more.
And so
I just didn't want to hear no more.
I will say he's an intelligent young man, but he's a young man that still has a lot of growing to do. But he's got some issues. He has some issues, and you could tell
as well as she does too, though.
Sure. But what I'm saying is from what he's saying and how it all kind of goes, it all goes together.
Absolutely.
And you got two people that are hurt people that are in two different situations. And let's be real, y'all. Sex clouds judgment.
Hello. And don't let
how
it be
many people on this live
be some good sex. Though.
Yeah. And so you thinking you know how to think right and do right and everything. And we talk to people all the time like, I know I don't need to be dealing with this person. I just can't get enough. And so you may know what the right thing to do is, the right thing to say. But guess what? Good sex will cloud your judgment. Just keep it a buck.
And good sex, you know what you're doing and be trying to talk yourself out of it as you still on your way to the good sex, to the entanglement. Do you hear what I'm saying? And that's what I'm saying. She said entanglement because it was just a complicated relationship. It was a sexual relationship. So if you want to call it a relationship, I don't think it was romantic. I think to me, because of, like we say, he seems like he's a troubled soul. He went through a lot. He had a lot of pain, a lot of issues. So did she. If anybody knows her story,
what's up, nephew?
She got a past as well. Mm-hmm. But I think the way that she probably cared for him and loved on him and made him feel a way that he probably had never felt before from a woman. Because I think he had some issues, even with his mom. So if you feel that close to somebody, okay, you already got those type of emotions about them. And then it ends up with y'all being entangled. Those two emotions together are just dangerous. But that still doesn't mean that she didn't have her own issues and her own hurt places as well. Because I think, my opinion is, I think they were each other's
comfort.
That's the word, comfort and resolve in that particular season.
So Alicia said, she said this earlier. She said it really seems like Will is heartbroken. It gives me the impression that she is taking advantage of his love for her.
Oh, Jada. It said Jada gives me the impression that she's taking advantage. I don't know, because this is my thing. Will ain't innocent in this either.
Yeah, there are no innocent parties.
See,
there are no innocent parties.
We don't know what Will done did, but I think this one hurt. To me personally, I think, because we've been married a long time, 23, almost 23 years. So, for them to have worked past this, and for that boy to have said what he said all in the song and everything.
Young man.
Yeah, the young man.
Yeah.
Jada, Will knew this. He knew this. Like, this was not new news to Will. I don't think that this was new information for Will.
It wasn't new information at all.
Right. I'm saying in this moment today, when we found and the world found out, Will found out. I totally know that that's not the truth if they've decided that they're going to work past this.
Because what are you working past if there's not even an issue there?
Right.
Yeah,
so what I'm thinking is, because he did look hurt. We don't know if Will was drunk. We don't know. I'm not saying Will drink, but everybody is speculating. So to me, if they may have been having a conversation before they went to the red table talk, and I'm telling you, when you've had indiscretions in your relationship, any type of cheating, when you start having those hard, deep conversations, some stuff come to the surface. And it don't necessarily even be about what the person did. It could be about you and what role you played in this breakdown of the relationship.
Because there is cause and effect.
To everything. And to me, even watching them before, because I really, really rock with Will and Jada. I really do. I love them as a couple. Their family, the way, a lot of the stuff that they say, I resonate with. Some stuff, you take it with a grain of salt. But in him standing with her the way that he did, I mean. And
that's, you came right to my point, because guess what? You got a 23-year-old young man. You got a 23-year-old young man and a man that's 50. He can only give her so much, and you already know what that is.
He's 27 now.
Oh, but when it happened, is what I'm saying. Yeah. He was 23, around 23 when it happened. But what I'm saying is, that can only do so much. Penis can only do so much.
That's so real.
And sometimes you're going to need a man. Because she going to come and she going to want to shoulder the crown and want to have a real deep, intimate conversation.
And he going to say,
and he going to pull it out.
Let me make you feel good, girl.
And it's like, I don't want that right now. And you tell me if I'm lying. A lot of times as women get older, they don't want it as much.
I mean, what? They ain't got to be older. Shoot.
Like, this ain't the time for that.
No. You ain't so out of order. You out of commission.
Put that back up. I'm crying. Why you putting that out?
That ain't what I need. Shoot.
So there's something.
Do we got a tissue on it?
There's something to be. What's up, Johnny? There's something to be said about the dynamic between two mature adults.
Absolutely.
There's something about that.
Absolutely.
And that's why now, if you really look at it, Will is golden A1 with her, because guess what? Even though everybody has this persona of Jada herself has said that she's broken.
We all have.
Everybody is broken.
Y'all. That's
Everybody
why
is.
I don't like, especially in our community, I don't like the fact that everybody automatically beat them down. And I'm going to tell you something. Because Candy made a joke earlier about, not a joke. Candy made a statement about the joke that they made at the end, and a lot of people don't like the fact that they said, ride together, die together, bad marriage for life. I just saw that as a play on words from the movie Bad Boys. Okay, he was in the movie, he was the star. And when you're in a relationship, you have a lot of inside, bad to some others, inside jokes. There's a lot of stuff that we would do in ways that we would play and say, and people would be like, I can't believe you did that. I don't know how y'all play like that, because this is what works for us. And if we've gotten past it, then y'all get past it too. But I understand how people are saying that it doesn't look good to, paint the narrative of bad marriage. You're going to be in a marriage, it's going to be bad, and you're going to stay in it for life. I didn't take it like that at all. I took it as a joke, because like I said, we have a lot of inside jokes that just may not come across to other people, but we know what it means.
But sometimes stuff is bad.
And if they know, listen,
you're gonna have good and you're gonna have bad. You just you're working toward, hey Tanisha, you're just working towards there being more good than there is bad.
That's what it is.
But see, that's what I'm saying about some people don't understand the emotional maturity piece is one of the biggest pieces that's missing in a marriage.
Yeah.
Because some things you just, like the old folks used to say, some things you just ain't lived through yet.
You don't understand
and I'm gonna tell y'all something straight up. Some of this stuff that we talking about, we done learned over the last 3-4 years. Year 15, 16, 17. And a lot of people don't want to stick in it to get to the good part, the sweet spot.
That part.
You know what I'm saying? Because what we're doing is we're unlearning so much stuff from the way our parents did each other, the stuff that we saw, the things we've exposed ourselves to throughout our whole lives. And a lot of that wasn't good stuff.
Not at
all. It wasn't good information. It wasn't the way that you love and you cater to and you treat your spouse, and you put your needs and what you want above the relationship. Absolutely. And that's half of what the problem is in most of the relationships. So yeah, you're gonna have some.
It's gonna be some bad.
It's gonna be some bad.
We're not saying that the marriage gonna be bad forever,
right?
But
to not acknowledge that it is bad.
There's gonna be bad in marriage for life. There are gonna be seasons and ebbs and flows, and one day you might just be like, I'm done with this. You're 27, but it just may be that time. I feel like this. But you're not giving up. People have emotions. We are flesh.
We are people.
Ups and downs.
We are humans.
And like you said earlier, the piece that's missing the most is the empathy piece of people seeing and putting themselves. And sometimes people can't, because if you ain't been in the situation, you can't really speak on it. They've been married over 20. We've been married over 20.
We get it. When we saw it, I was like, yep.
I was like, I see it.
Yep.
I see. Because I'm going to tell you something too. And Will's hurt. Will may have been hurt because it's real hard for men to dish out, to take what they dished out. And I'm not saying that man cheated, because I don't know.
We don't know.
But I'm just saying, for them to have been split and decided to separate, it took two.
Something happened.
It took both of them.
Yeah.
And it may not have been infidelity. It could have just been the marriage was just not great. But it still took both of them to do that. And so in looking back over our relationship and what's happening, and these things are coming to a head, that hurt.
Yeah.
It hurt. It hurts for you to think about.
Especially
your
for
woman
a man.
Then got entangled.
Yeah. With another penis.
Hello, somebody.
Tangled
all up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Even if y'all are separated.
Even if.
You think about the stuff that you think and feel and do. You don't want nobody else doing that to you.
And this is another reason why I don't rock with August on this, because everybody want to come for Jada. She was married. I can't believe, woo, woo. If you a side piece, you knew that woman was married.
Yeah.
You knew that they were still married. Everybody had heard them say, regardless of what happened, we ain't getting no divorce, right? So in that, you knew you was rolling the dice when you messed with her, that she was going to get back with her husband. And you probably are the reason why. I'm pretty sure he is. Because you'll be like, you know what? I'm going to work it out. August, he entangling me up real good, you know. For a split second, she might have thought, well, you know, we can kind of keep this on the low. But the more you talk, I can't do this.
Further
and the more, and every time, see, you know what? Will is really good.
Since this happened, there have been, and another thing, we were watching this thing on Fox Soul, and it was the ladies, they were talking about this. One of them that's in the industry said that joker got an album that's coming out.
Yes, Selena Johnson, she made a good point. And he even said in the article recently that one good thing that's come out of this is my album sales have went up. See, you paid.
Because guess what? You got exposed. You got exposed to people that didn't even know. Now, people in the black community know, a lot of people know who August Alsina is, but more people know Jada and Will than August Alsina. So now you've been exposed to people and opportunities that you may not have been exposed to if this situation didn't happen. And to me,
it just I read something about him saying that it was messing with his stuff in the industry, and people, he was missing out on jobs and all this because he seemed to have been a homewrecker, right? So when you come out and say all of this,
what does that sound like?
Doesn't that solidify the fact? You know what I'm saying? Like, regardless of what was going on, you knew she was. It's I don't rock. It's just to me, he's acting like a woman scorned. That's what he acting like. When a woman done got her little heart broke because a man, she thought he was going to be with her.
Ms.
And then he go back
up?
to his wife. And now you in your feelings and you want to tell his wife. And you want to tell his mom. And you want to tell everybody. You want to key up his car. You knew that man was married. You see what I'm saying? Like, I just don't, it just makes me upset. I don't like it. And then he talks about how great of a family they are. And you just forget all that they did for you. There's no innocent parties in this. Him nor Jada. So, they did something for you and something negative came out of it. But look at what you're doing to them now. You know what I'm saying? They're a beautiful family. I just love them. I don't.
And this is what's crazy though.
It just makes me feel some type of way.
They still taking the high road.
Yep.
They still haven't gone
but
there.
You know what that is? You know what it is? That's
maturity.
Absolutely. And for the person that you said you didn't want to, that he said he didn't want people to perceive him as, what do you think people perceive you as now?
You're not.
And if it's me, I don't want anything to do with you because you too much drama for me. You know what I'm saying? Then something happened with Keke Palmer, and I'm like,
but see, this is the thing though, y'all. Check this out. The longer you stay silent and let people talk, the truth comes out.
That's real.
Their truth and their character comes out.
That's so real.
So now you're saying and doing all this stuff, but you saying that you're not like this, you don't rock that way, but your actions prove otherwise.
I'm not on that. And
got a couple
go ahead.
Questions.
I know how women be like, we don't like no dudes be on no raw stuff. And if you know in the beginning that he might be, you better run, girl. You shouldn't be. You don't need to be doing nothing anyway.
Hey, Ariel, I know you on there with Joe. Joe said, have we seen Fatal Affair? No, we haven't seen it yet.
We was going to watch that last night, but I was like, I don't want to see that yet. I got to be...
Big Heart, 1976
got
was
to be
good.
in the headspace.
Ursita, she said, did it last for 4 years until recently? Their relationship. Her and
according to him, he been celibate for 3 years.
Yeah, he said he been celibate for 3 years.
So I guess it all happened around the time.
Yeah, 4 years ago.
Prior. Between 3 and 5 years ago, because he been celibate for 3. Okay? So, and again, like they said, why is all this coming out now? Why you just all of a sudden gonna hit me with all this now?
But check this out. Let me say this.
Because you got an album coming out?
But check this out. She said that they haven't talked in how long?
I don't even remember how long. She said he cut off all
communication. Because if you were so hurt and the issue was so bad, why not go to the source of what's causing you the pain?
Right.
So you can pull up really the root so that you can move on and get closure.
If you're trying to heal. Because if you're really trying to heal and move on, why bring this to nationwide to everybody?
Right.
Why?
Because think about this.
If I'm trying to heal from something, I don't want to keep hearing it and seeing it. I want everybody to know because I got to heal from it. So the less we talking about people, the better. Like I just don't understand. Like the stuff that he says is so contradictory.
Right.
I don't know, y'all. And I ain't judging. This is my opinion that don't matter for nothing.
Yeah,
like
this is our theory.
Nobody's opinion count don't matter.
Only people know is the ones that were there. This is just our observations.
And I rock with Jada and Will, and I'm glad that because to me that's the realest form of relationship. The public eye has seen we've been through this, and I'm still gonna stand with my wife. We've been through this, and she's saying he told her when they first got together that I would love you through anything. That's what you said. Okay?
You just don't know what anything is.
This is any and everything.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And she even said, you're doing a great job. And sometimes it just takes, and if you hurt and you ain't used to nobody loving you, them just words until they show you. And now that he's showing her, she's seeing like, this man really is loving me through anything. I need to stop. I need to grow up. Like she said, I was emotionally immature.
In her 40s.
As was I.
In her 40s.
Hey.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes. And some people can be mature.
So if she was emotionally immature in her 40s, taking all things into consideration, what would it say? You know he is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But everybody want to make her the victim like she can't go through nothing because she's trying to help other people.
Predator. You said
predator, yeah. Make her the villain is what I'm trying to say. And he the victim. He ain't no baby bird in the street.
No. Y'all go listen to that song.
You know.
Go listen to the song, and what we did is we looked up the lyrics to the song, and I say, yeah, this what you really feel right
I
here.
Can't really sometimes
because the song just came out this week,
you know,
like a couple days ago.
I'm getting older, so sometimes they be singing and rap. I don't know what.
I ain't try. I just went and looked up the words.
Let me just see what he's saying.
Let's see. Ursina said, she said, so he just spit it out now. Yes, he did. In my opinion, for personal gain.
About 3 weeks ago,
she said he wants some money. He's young and immature. Yep. And then Miss Kiana said August was just on Red Table in 2018.
Exactly.
Their entanglement ended more recently than 4 or 5 years ago.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Because to me, it seemed like, because even on the Red Table Talk, you can tell that they were close. It seemed to me like it was, you know, like any type of malice. It seemed very genuine and authentic. Even Gammy was on there, and now all of a sudden, like she said, where is this coming from all of a sudden? Because they may have even said, you know what, we know this ain't going nowhere, so let's just continue to, you know, be friends. Our family still loves you, whatever. Let's just continue to move forward. How many people have you done that with in your life? If you can, if you mature, like baby mamas and daddies, like people who done got divorced, but they still friends, or they still continue to see each other because of whatever the case may be. I don't know. But to me, it just seemed like, I thought we squashed it, and then all of a sudden you come out the blue, and now I can't contact you at all because you severed all communication with me. But you was communicating with me in 2018 because you was on my show. Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying? So it just I don't know.
But check this out too. All relationships are tried in the fire. You don't know what your relationship is made of if you ain't been through nothing. If y'all, and it may not be this particular situation, but anything worth its weight in salt gonna be tried. If your relationship ain't been tried, just keep going and having that marriage and see what happens. It's gonna be tried in one way or another.
And I just hate that because as a woman, we have a tendency to diminish it because it's not cute for women to have affairs and, you know, make a mistake, because that's what it was, you know, and people came for her because she said, I wanted to feel good. Well,
she's just being truthful.
She being honest, because when we were going through a hard time in our relationship, I wanted to feel good. I wanted to be around somebody where I didn't have to be mama, I didn't have to be wife, I didn't have to be responsible. I could just be me. You can just be you. That feels good. I don't got no obligation, no responsibility to you. This feels absolutely amazing. I just want to feel good for me. Not that I was trying to use him to make me feel good, or it just so happened maybe it felt good, the entanglement. You know what I'm saying? Because when you're in something new and fresh, even though it was wrong,
it's new and fresh,
it still makes you feel good, especially to think that this younger guy is attracted to me and I'm, you know, mid-40s. And that's why I just don't like the fact that people can't put themselves on the other side of. And but I guess if you've never been through it and you ain't never, you know, had that in your life or went through that in your life, you really can't empathize. It's like saying what you gonna do when you're a parent but you ain't never had no kids, you know what I'm saying? So right. It may be that type of thing, but for those people that are married and those people who, you know, we know that are in relationships, it's hurtful to me for people to attack them the way that they did. And they didn't do nothing but stand in their truth, and they didn't have to, because they don't owe us nothing. Jay-Z and Beyonce done been through it. They didn't attack them like that. You know what I'm saying? What's his baby name? Beyonce wrote the album or whatever. They were saying Jay-Z even admitted what he did, and then he figured I got to keep my wife. I got to do right because I know I effed up. You know, but it's just like, I don't know if it's because what she stands for and how she's trying to, you know, bring, like I said, truth and honesty forward, that people just was looking for her to drop the ball. I don't know.
Like we talked about off camera, I think people just have this impression about her, like they don't like her or something. Or maybe
they think she's too good. She's too good. So then it's like, oh look, because then it make you feel better about yourself.
Smokey John's, what's up?
They messed up. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, I digress. I just feel like that was very petty on his behalf. And
so Ursita said, how are Jaden and Willow doing? one thing I can say is they've kept them out. They haven't really even talked about them.
They ain't said their name.
They haven't even come up in the conversation.
And see, to me, as a mother, and then to know that you have a younger son, the way that he ain't considering none of that. This is not just Jada. This is their whole family.
Yeah, but what 23-year-old considers stuff?
I'm talking about now.
I'm 27.
But I'm just saying, for him to love the family so much.
Yeah.
If I love somebody so much, I'm going to consider what I'm about to do might hurt them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Even at 27, I'm like, nah, I ain't going to do that because then that could do this. Maybe he just don't, but he's a bright young man. Mm-hmm. So I don't get it. I'm like we talked about, just that emotional maturity, just some things that he going through that. And I mean, like I said, I can sort of relate because of things that I went through in my life when I was younger. It makes it hard for you to grow past that. And then you see later how that affected some things, but not to that extent to where I would just put people's business on blast like that just because I'm trying to heal. Like that to me don't make no sense. To me, no.
Arcita said, wasn't that his friend? Yeah, that was Jaden's friend. In fact, I think he's the one that introduced them, right?
I think so.
So I'd be real pissed off at him.
If I'm Jaden, I'm
like, I'm gonna see you.
Yeah.
I'm gonna see you, homeboy.
I'll put my mom out there like that, dog. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm gonna see you sooner or later. We're gonna have a conversations.
No conversations.
Yep, we are.
But yeah, so anyway, y'all, that was just our little 2 cents that, you can't buy much with. But like I said, candid conversations on Marriage Monday. Glad to see everybody in here.
Yeah, we got.
Hey, Tanisha.
I said that 35,000 minutes.
I know, but I'm just looking at the names now. Candy, this my girl. You always represent. She like that comment you said earlier. Grace and forgiveness is major. People forget that so easy, and that's so true.
Arcita said, I think she's being attacked because people aren't used to women doing this.
Absolutely, because that's embarrassing for a woman. It really is. It's real embarrassing, especially knowing how young he was.
Rip the bandage?
Because if it was, I told them, I said, if it would have been somebody older, like maybe. Who?
You mean the guy, right?
Yeah, like somebody we know, like in the line, like this older, like her age or whatever. It wouldn't have been so like they wouldn't have attacked her so bad about this predator and pedophilia, and she took advantage of his vulnerability and all that. Miss me with all that, okay? Miss me with all of that, because that man, 23-year-old man, has a penis that works. Okay.
See, that's the inside thing right there.
Exactly.
Because that's important. That's very important.
I ain't gonna even go. I ain't gonna even say what I was say. I ain't gonna even go there. But anywho.
So we got a question on Facebook. I mean on Instagram. Let's see, what's some advice for people going through trials in their marriage? Can you define what kind of advice? Because it's going to be different for every situation.
Just in general.
Well, generally, I would say, did I say in general?
I said in generally.
What I would say some advice for your marriage would be is to be kind to your spouse. I would say, why are you laughing?
Because you always say that.
Because I
know it's very, very important.
Easy.
Absolutely, it's very important.
Be kind to your spouse.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We around people all the time, and I just listen and I watch. People just ain't nice to each other.
They nice.
If you want to start with something, be kind. I've said this on here before, but there was a couple that they interviewed that had been married 80 years, and they said, what's some advice? Be kind to your spouse. That's what they said, be kind. You can get so much further with kindness than anything else.
I think what I would say is you can't just communicate. You have to comprehend. So that empathy piece is so key, y'all. Because he could be telling me something and I don't get it. I mean, I may think I get it and we going back and forth. I'm not hearing him. He not hearing me. Stop in that moment and look at you. Look at yourself. Okay, what am I doing in this moment to make him feel disrespected? Or what am I doing in this moment to make him feel like you know, whatever he may feel, that I hurt his feelings, or that, you know, whatever it is, look inward first, okay? Because we always doing this. Everybody want to point the finger. Look at you.
Yeah. Because
sometimes what you did and how you said it didn't come across right. Because your intent doesn't always come across in your actions. That's and sometimes true. What you thinking,
that's true,
will affect how you acting. Because I could be thinking, okay, he gets on my nerve. This is getting on my last nerve. And I think I'm just going to go in here and I'm going to say, baby, can you just put those dishes in the dishwasher? I'm just making up something so menial. But then when I come in here, I'm like, can you put your dishes in the dishwasher? But in my mind, I'm thinking, I'm coming in here, I'm being real nice. I'm saying it with sugar and cream on top. And he like, you don't see yourself. This is one thing that we tell each other all the time. You don't see yourself. So one thing I would say is, look inward first and work on comprehending what the person is saying outside the communication. Because we could talk till we blue in the face. But if he never understood what I said, it ain't going to make a change. There's no resolve. Because he never got it. He never comprehended it.
And let's face it, men and women communicate differently.
Y'all, man, so differently.
So she might think she getting her point across, and I'm like, okay.
and this is the thing that women, we have to not do or say. They should know.
Why should we?
23 years, y'all, in the game. We've been together, how many? 25, maybe?
24.
24. We finna be married 22. 2? I thought it was 23.
We got married 2 years after we got together.
What is it, 20? It's 2020. Okay, so yeah. Look, he know. But what I'm saying is, they don't always know. Okay?
Most of the time we don't know.
So so for somebody who's having trials in your relationship, like Candy said, grace. Give a person grace. The grace that you're going to, for sure, for certain need, probably tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? So give a person grace. And you ain't going to even get started on that other conversation we talked about for...
Captured by the artist was
hey,
good.
Girl, thank you.
Let's go back and read some of these comments.
But yeah.
So we got about 8 more minutes on Instagram. We'll come back if y'all want to keep talking.
Oh, Lord, we're going to be done. Damien, don't do that. Don't even act like that.
Ursita said, I think that they are doing it perfectly, Will and Jada. Julia Petty said, people like to pick and choose who they want to attack.
Yes,
Lord. A lot of it comes from people being jealous and envious and not realizing that we are human and we all make mistakes. That's the truth. If people can understand that part right there, things will be a whole lot easier. Because it's like,
y'all, we human first.
Human first.
That's it. I mean, and we are Christians, and I know everybody ain't Christian, but God, it takes work to be spirit led. It takes work to yield to that and die to flesh. Because flesh is first. Because we were born into this sinful world. And it takes work is all I'm saying.
And then let's see. Oh, shoot. Hold on. I'm trying to go back to these comments. Ursita said, true, but he get on my nerves and all caps. I don't want to be kind sometimes. I think that's what she was saying. That's
true. That's absolutely real.
Made for Marriage said, kindness is love with work boots on. I like that. It's a word. Kindness is a word. It's a pretty fun word, but it's some work. I agree with that.
Absolutely. That's kindness, love, grace. Everything that you do in marriage is a work. And it's a work in progress. That's why I said I'm going to stop saying marriage is hard.
It's a garden.
He get on my nerves, this garden. I'm going to say marriage is work. And it's hard work.
Yeah. Captured by the artist. You missed it. We've been on here for an hour talking about the entanglement. But you know what? You can go. It'll be on our Instagram and then on our Marriage is Real Facebook page. The whole thing is on there.
Y'all see these lights got me hot.
Let's see. Ursita said, "I'm feeling attacked. LOL. This is exactly how I do when I think what I'm saying, but how it comes out."
See, look, don't feel attacked, girl, because I'm right there with you. That's my truth. Because I'm like, I'm just going there and I'm just going to simply say, baby, can you just ... It don't. And I say, I said it nice to you. He was like, see, you don't see yourself.
You don't see yourself.
Oh my God. And him too. He not excluded.
I'm not.
Because some of them facial expressions that he made, I'll be like, ooh. I'm going to just have to give you grace today. Give you grace. Oh, Angel. Hey, Angel.
Hey, Angel. East Texas in the building.
So.
Let's see. Captured by the artist said, yes, call a spade a spade. Marriage is hard work and it ain't for the weak. That's been the premise of everything we've been saying tonight. Captured by the artist is that.
Not for the faint of heart.
We respect Will and Jada for them being strong and
the vulnerability. That took a lot of vulnerability, and vulnerability is strength. And it took a lot of boldness for them to do what they did. And like I said, I applaud Will for standing by his wife during such a hard, tumultuous time, because people are cruel to women when it comes to any type of sexual indiscretion. They make women seem like just the most horrible people in the world.
Whorish.
Yeah, like you just a guard too, like you just a whore. Like, we weren't even together. I mean, and I'm not making light, and it's not right. But my point is, it happens every day.
Every day.
Okay? And it doesn't necessarily mean that the relationship is over. Sometimes it redefines and revolutionizes the relationship, and you guys come out so much better on the other side.
You do.
Because it brings so much stuff to the surface that had this infidelity or this particular situation not happened, we wouldn't even be here yet. You know what I'm saying? It's not good. You don't want it to happen, and it's hard. But, maybe, I don't know. Just you get past it.
That's our take. We're gonna open it up for a couple minutes for questions. See if anybody has any additional questions.
Thanks again to everybody for tuning in. Thanks again to everybody.
I've been missing doing this a whole bunch.
He say this all the time.
I do.
I'm like, it's a computer. It's just sit at the same.
We're gonna start.
This is our brown table talk.
That's what I call it. Did you see that?
No, I didn't see it.
You see how we be vibing?
No, I did.
We be vibing.
We be vibing.
Mm-hmm.
We be vibing though. Thank you, Ert. Thank you for always representing, girl. I appreciate you so much.
Let's see. She said, captured by Yara said, yes, that works for them. Will and Jada, like married couples, make their own rules. Yep.
Look, y'all. There are like anything, basketball and football. There are fundamentals to the game. There are certain rules to the game, but everybody don't play it the same way. Some people can see things that the other person can't see. This person is so talented. You got the LeBrons, you got the Michael Jordans, you got the Allen Iversons. Everybody play the game a different way, but there are still fundamentals to it. So do what works for you. You know what I'm saying? As long as you win.
What's up, John?
As long as you win. Just win.
Just win.
Win.
That's what I wish I had.
Win.
I was gonna do DJ Khaled.
I don't was.
All I do is win.
Oh.
That one.
Okay, that was another one.
Oh, that was good. So does anybody have any questions before we tune out? Sign off? Anybody? Any questions? Thank y'all for tuning in all over the greater. What's up, Project Skeeter? We're about to sign off, bro.
Yes, sir. Everybody got their own.
Tuning in from all over the country tonight. We love it.
We love y'all so much. Thank y'all so much.
We're going to be doing this more.
We really are. It's just, oh, Lord, I don't know what it is, y'all. I just got to get my mind right.
We need to talk to them while they still in the house. While everybody's still quarantining. Right. So we're going to sign off if ain't nobody got no questions. Thank y'all. Please go follow us on all social media at Marriage is Real. Follow our Facebook page, Instagram, so on and so forth. We love y'all. Okay, I'll shoot you one, Ursita. But we love y'all. We're going to sign off. Hit us up. Message us if y'all have any marital questions.
Thank you, Julia.
Thank you, Julia. We love you.
Thank you so much.
Let us know if y'all need anything, but we're going to sign off. Marriage is real. We back. We back?
We back.
Ah, yeah.
Ish. Look, ish.
Oh, there you go. Bye, y'all. Y'all have a good night.
Bye. Look, Instagram, 25 seconds.
Yeah, we did it in an hour. Love y'all.
I don't know how to do this.
Let's see.
Deuces and Dre.